Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will get us underway with the opening kickoff. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Turning it on! Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Makes the catch. It's Lee.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Can't get him to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line will have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Fires on the move. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Nice punt, and he'll make the fair catch at the 6-yard line. And while you can quibble with that, I guess starting at the 6 is better than starting at the 1. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous... There he goes. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Rebels. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Dropping back, it's Underwood. grabbed in the middle. It's Klein. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's got the back in the middle. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to go up top on first down. It's caught downfield. Speeding down the left side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And it's a catch, but he's got it out for the first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones.
And he hauls it in inside the 30. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse now that throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And man, 3 plays into this drive, and it's apparent what this offense wants to do. They're going to take shots down the field. They're going to be aggressive.
Purdy on the Jets. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They've got the screen set up. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking to throw at Simmons. Here's a heat. Wide out trying to get it in. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Running free. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Simmons. That's caught. It's Diggs. Oh, out of space. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. Right down the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
And the Rebels need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. The play action fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Quick timeout by the defense there. They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Dowdy Ficklen. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Rayner. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
Intercepted deep in his own end. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to... This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Snap it to the back. They knock him down, but he's... And the Pirates come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball.
Makes the grab, got the conversion. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Makes the grab. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Just and now a chance to pull even 1st and goal as we get late in the 1st half. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Haul that baby in and then... We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Pirates lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Looking to pass, it's Rayner. Good timing on the quick out. Got enough space. Touchdown Pirates. They take the lead with the 6. When that receiver got... They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it. And the Pirates have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better. It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'll run the screen. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He got it. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. The Pirates come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Unloads quickly. Looks as if we have an... They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. Complete. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purple Pirates! Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to Tulsa. Tulsa trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Alford. Bringing the heat. He's got it. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail.
Tulsa trying to power ahead on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle, it's Johnson. Just outside the red zone. Tulsa trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And 1st and goal, I think a lot of people get very conservative. Let's run the football. You know, let's be very predictable. You can't be predictable, right, Palmer? You got to be aggressive, but what happened?
Well, I like the idea.
Touchdown, ECU! Snagged in the end zone to give them. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Looking to throw, it's Rayner. Gets it out quickly. 19.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jenkins. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, East Carolina. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Finley. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Pirates now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. On the ground trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Gets it out fast. It's a seam wide open. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Pirates have their offense in high gear. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for space, it's Jenkins. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Back to throw, it's Rayner. Under fire. And they can't make the connection on third down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Splits the upright. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to run it across the 45. Found a bunch of room. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6 and...
They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates. All wideouts, no backs. The offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Rayner. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him.
There he goes. Lots of running room. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Yeah, and that's not the start you wanted if you're on this defense. Like, you lost last week, looking to bounce back. One thing you can't do, man, give up explosive plays on the ground. This defense has to hunker in, dial in a little bit. Last week was a struggle. Let's get back on track.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Dead center perfect. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. He leaves it with his back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown! And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that. Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Rayner using the quick game. Now they're... Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete. He had to heat on.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners! Quick strike through the air for the score. It'll be 3rd and long. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got the quick pass. Makes it. The Pirates come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger, and it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 20. Touchdown, UTS. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Rides to the back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
it's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front.
He's loose. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play?
Oh, he's got some space. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Got the first down. Looking for more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Pirates kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This is the football equivalent of throwing in the towel or no mas as they will concede defeat. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they take a knee to set up the kicker, and they'll try to knock through a field goal to win this one. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, East Carolina.
This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you